Open enough?
Yep. Okay. The evidence is like muddy water, right? If the birds have been in here all day. They got that bottom all churned up, and he can look for muddy water. He can also look for a lot of feathers and stuff on the water. What do you got, feathers? Yeah.
We've seen, I think it's upwards of 4 billion birds lost in most bird populations. The one shining exception is waterfowl, and that's all because of waterfowl hunter conservationists. I don't like to think of us as have domain completely over nature. I think we're part of that. It's because we appreciate so much, because we're out here enjoying it, that it's on our mind and we're willing to invest in it. Not just, extracting everything you could, but taking care of it. When there's nobody here, nobody enjoying it, that's when we lose out in conservation, because there's just nobody that has a passion for those things. And we want to make sure that future generations can.
On to the next.
I want to write something pretty to sing to all of you. A happy little ditty.
There's something about watching those birds fly in and their ability to kind of maneuver and slow down in the wind, or really kind of dump altitude and get down to a wetland really fast. Seeing that was one of the things that hooked me on waterfowl hunting and photography. To see that dull roar of them all. I'm the director of the Five Oaks Ag Research and Education Center. Live down here in Stuttgart, Arkansas. Working on the research side of things. I want to try to do my part to maintain waterfowl and wetland habitat.
Don't know how long I can keep running.
If you're coming to Arkansas to hunt, you have to get yourself in the bottomland hardwoods. You have to lean out against a red oak tree. This is the place to be.
We start seeing mallards show up here beginning of November. Another really big push kind of beginning in December.
Singing the same old tune.
This is a epic core center of the distribution of winter and waterfowl, and there's nobody here studying them.
Sometimes these off to the right get stacked up in ducks early. This is the mecca for mallard. In my relatively short lifetime, I've seen huge changes on the landscape. Most of them not for the better of wildlife.
The biggest threat to waterfowl is land use change. How are we as humans using the land?
We changed the landscape a lot, the hydrological landscapes. Started channelizing rivers. Instead of letting them flood out in these floodplains, and that altered all those wetlands that were on the fringes. The Mississippi Alluvial Valley in Arkansas has lost over 85% of the bottomland hardwood forest.
One of the major roles of the bottomland hardwood is to provide that thicket, that escape cover where they can go and begin getting ready to reproduce in the spring. They're coming here for the bottomland hardwood forest. Climate is impacting changes in their distribution. We are having longer, drier fall.
So starting to head back south, but still hanging out up north for the most part. Caught one of our bands last night. It's from last year. So we know some are coming back, but the big majority of them are still a ways north of here. Just waiting for colder temperatures and conditions to kind of push them.
We've been doing a banding program here for 12, 13 years. Even our 13 years worth of data is clear. We are seeing a shift north in the distribution of mallards. When does that stop and how far does that shift go? Will this sort of accelerate over the next 15, 20 years? It could. There's a lot of waterfowl that don't migrate anymore. What if the mallard duck shifts its distribution on Arkansas? What's going to happen?
I'm telling you, the logistics buries you in this.
Always keep bands with you, always keep this banding box, always keep buckets baited.
The last digit of the prefix is the band size, right? So what size does a mallard get? 7. 7. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
2001, took my first sort of job in the biological sciences field.
This is the first one.
My PhD work had real direct implications on management and policy, and that's where I really made that connection. Like, this is the research and the data we need to guide, science-based management decisions.
You guys are too soft.
Wow.
Dr. Osborne's a professor down at the University of Arkansas and has the only waterfowl program in the state.
We get these kids with good biological, ecological backgrounds from school that may not have ever had mud on their boots before, right? So we bring them on and say, let's apply all these principles now that you've learned in the classroom.
All the things that we're implementing with the University of Arkansas, my program in Five Oaks, it's all to answer the now and to keep fueling the fire for later, because we're going to need, this data is critical.
The roots of these trees are sitting in water right now. We're measuring the depth of subsurface water.
We can't continue to make management decisions just guessing. We need this data to make these decisions effectively. We got huge challenges ahead of us, no doubt.
This is the spot. This is the spot I'm really excited about right now. We'll get the bait loaded up in the sled and roll down the levee a little ways. We're really working to catch mallards right now to deploy transmitters pre-hunting season. It's a pretty big production.
There's two ways. There's my way and the wrong way to bait a duck trap, and so.
Most of the bait is inside and like right out here. Like they literally have to come right here if they want to. This guy is nuts. Don't believe a word he says. He's walking over there to bait another spot, and this is the best spot in the market.
What the hell?
Dr. Doug taught me a lot, taught me about working in the field, taught me about working with other people, really got me into the statistical, analytical side of things.
Ryan is just incredibly talented with technology, and he's passionate and he's hardworking in the field, but he's also like an incredible scientist. Felt like I was a huge mentor in his life, and now seeing him mentor the new students, it's rewarding.
We're really focused on training up the next generation of land managers.
Okay.
We've seen declines in forest health, especially red oaks, which we know are an important species for mallards, for acorn production.
Have you guys seen any acorns?
We're working on these are traps to monitor acorn production in these red oaks. One of our big focus here is to kind of reverse some of that bondland hardwood loss to better understand how we can manage what we have left. We provide lots of sanctuary area, so we only hunt about 30% of our property, leave the rest for the ducks. And because of that, we've maintained great kind of duck numbers on our properties over the years. Areas that aren't protected, they go into agriculture, they go into urbanization, they go into other land uses. These people that really care about this resource and are willing to put in the money, put in the work to manage places, to provide habitat for them, ensure they still have places to go and support those populations.
This is Ray Delwood's. We call it George Has a Blind out here that he predominantly hunts.
everybody coming through hunting with us is now a contributor to our nonprofit. So it's kind of how George has always done it. He was always taking all the money, the revenue that he was getting from the hunting and putting it back into the land here to maintain and improve things. And the hope is just to ensure that this is here forever is the goal.
The pillars of wildlife conservation in this country are really founded on hunting. It's the hunter that's providing the funding that goes back into the landscape. We know we can't lose hunters. The new generations, the young people, we need them to be engaged in the outdoors. I think what our program has really done well is connected more with the hunter. Maybe they make changes on how they hunt or how they think about hunting. It's a paradigm shift. Let's think about what we're doing to the waterfowl so we can preserve them into the future.
So wedge and calling, the duck trap and the sunset. Bunch of greenheads in there, looks like hopefully a few hens. Definitely on the front end of migration. This is a lot of birds. We're really fortunate to have this many ducks and this many mallards here already, and it's a consequence or a result of having good quality habitat here for years. I mean, they know to come here first thing. They know there's gonna be water, they know there's gonna be food, and they know there's gonna be safety. So we're really fortunate that this is just one of those spots that starts catching ducks pretty much as soon as they show up.
This is it. This is the crew.
As few trucks as possible.
This is where the rubber meets the road.
This is game day. We've got about $45,000 worth of transmitters that we really need to go out on mallards before hunting season.
We got ducks in the trap. We worked hard for a good week, get them in there. How many ducks have you banded, Tiff?
Oh, lots of ducks, that's for sure.
Like to see the view from the extension of your earth. Put me in a jar with some twigs and leaves. This life is bizarre, and baby, I'm a little.
That was a good haul. We got 3 species, Ryan. Beautiful birds.
But somehow you love me.
You put a live mallard duck in their hand, and they get to release that thing and watch it fly off. It does something to them. Like maybe it gets them thinking, right, a little bit more, to have more respect for the resource that they're dealing with.
So I'll meet you at the bar with all my baggage and belief.
The ultimate goal is to push better conservation practices, creating better places for ducks, specifically mallards, but overall improving the ecosystem.
That would have been around.
Somehow you love me. Somehow you love me.
I love these wild places, and I want other people to have that appreciation. Oh, look at them all getting up.
Most encouraging to see this. I mean, last week I was not very optimistic about the waterfowl world given the dryness of our landscape down here, but yeah.
This is still the place to be for a mallard during winter.